What's up, guys? So I just wanted to kind of go over some things. So I don't know if any of you have heard about this, but maybe you guys could bring a little light bulb on this subject. First of all, I don't remember how recent this is, but like I was looking up on YouTube some music, and the internet's weird. But anyways, I saw some like creepy clown sightings, and I remember watching Mark Hardy and him talking about creepy clowns. And if you've ever heard the story of Laughing Jack, the creepypasta, I remember hearing a story, like it was fake though, and basically creepypastas are horror stories, and I remember hearing on, like, Laughing Jack how he would get little kids to, like, take some candy, and he would lead them into the forest, and, like, I guess you could say kidnap them, and then you never see them again, right? Well, I've been hearing that there's creepy clowns that are trying to threaten people, and apparently they're on Facebook too. I'm like, ugh, no. It's a good thing I don't always use my Facebook. I mean, I guess I do sometimes. I really like talking to Tristan on Facebook, but I don't know everyone on Facebook, and I don't want to, like, talk to the wrong person, if you know what I mean. I did learn how to delete people, and not to be mean, it turns out there is a lot of weird people on Facebook. A lot of weird people. But anyways, what I'm trying to get at is, yeah, the creepy clown thing is definitely weird. If you guys can, like, elaborate on that would be nice. And, yeah, there's a lot of evil in this world, guys, but, God's always with you. And, Jesus has said to me and Kendall on a lot of occasions that, he's coming. In fact, today I had multiple signs come to me. Either it was today or yesterday. I believe it was today, but I remember seeing my laptop went to oh yeah, it was today. My laptop went to airplane mode, right? And then as we're driving, I see it was like like you see one of those music cars and it's like shaped like a box. Anyways, it said it had an airplane on it, and it said like something like takeoff or whatever, something. I remember it's here, like, and then man, there was something else I saw about, like, you know, and I saw 444 again and 777. So, God's giving me signs here. Oh, and 22. What I found out, I'm not sure if I said this already, but, let's see if I know. 777, I heard, means completion. It's God's number, means completion. And, I looked up for, what was it? Could you remind me what I looked up, Kendall? I don't remember. 22 I know means chaos, and what was the other one? Oh yeah, chaos and destruction. And then 222. Yeah, that's what that means. Bad memory, guys. It sucks. Let me tell you. I have something on my mind, and later it's like, forget the next day I could remember again. It's like, ugh. And then it's like, why didn't I remember that yesterday? You know? Just kind of throwing that out there. Oh yeah, today was my last day at, what was it? Oh yeah, today was my last day at the Tulare Adult School. I really liked everyone there. I got to know everyone, and they turned out to be really, really nice people, and I'm gonna miss them all. I really am. Miss Kim, she was just so wonderful. Miss Conwell, she was a nice person. Mr. Bernardo, he was a great, Miss Kim and Miss Conwell, they were both teachers. They are both teachers. And then, Mr. Bernardo, he's the security guard. He's nice. To all my friends there, I'm gonna miss them all, even if I can't remember everyone's name. And Pat, I started to kind of like him, like, and unfortunately, it didn't work out. But, I told him, I'll miss him. I gave him a hug. I even, for the last day as a goodbye, I gave him a little kiss on the cheek. No on the lips, just on the cheek, as I care about you kiss, not a I want to be with you forever kiss. That's no. Care about Pat. Not gonna go any further than that. Friends, because I literally just got out of a relationship, and I honestly do not want to. No, I'm not going there again. I almost got married to a guy who's of the world. Seriously. I had tried my best to make this guy happy. He said he wanted to make me happy. And yet, let me tell you something. When okay, I understand he has disabilities. But I have disabilities too. I'm pretty normal. And let me tell you something. Yeah, I'm a little weird too. I still play with stuffed animals. Yeah, you get what I mean. But what I'm trying to get at is seriously, when I broke up with him the first time, he said he never wanted to talk to me again. Now you think in my brain, I would say, oh, he never wants to talk to me again. I should be glad that this is over. No, I felt terrible. In fact, I got depressed because I felt terrible. Over nothing. You want to know why? Because I prayed to God to get back with him. And he's all his mom brought us back together when it was God who did. And then, so, we get back together. We're back to being engaged, right? What? And then we break up again, right? Because I broke up with him this time. I was like, no. I can't do this anymore. Because you know what? I kept telling him, I love you. Did I? No. I was lying through my teeth, and I hated it. I couldn't keep doing that. I mean, it was just, it was terrible. So finally, I couldn't take anymore because this guy was too old for me. He clearly wasn't in love with me. He just wanted to have, and he just wanted to do the deed, He just wanted to have children. He wanted to go off and do truck driving while I stayed behind. And he planned our whole life. He planned everything. And he said that he felt bad that he picked up my bridesmaids, but that wasn't the point. That wasn't what I was upset about. It was just the fact that I knew we weren't right for each other. And I was actually upset at not just him, but myself. I felt like, why am I doing this? Why? What is the point in being in a relationship that's just, it's going to go downhill? And you know what my mom had told me? Because I said, Mom, what do you think about a relationship? Do you think it's going to last? She's all, no. And I'm all, what do you think I should do? And she's all, you should wait till after you're married. And then when he goes off truck driving, you can go and tell him, I want to have a divorce.
No, that sounds awful.
That does. Kendall is 11, and she understands. She grasps how terrible that sounded.
Smarter than the average 11-year-old.
Exactly. But you get
smarter than your average 11-year-old.
Oh my gosh, you get the point. So I'm thinking to myself, Mom, I don't want to do that. I'll come up with some way for him to break up with me. At that time, I wasn't even considering me breaking up with him. I was gonna do some elaborate plan. And then when it came down to it, I just ended up doing it. I didn't even expect myself to be so blunt. I just told him, Chris, I don't hate you. I love you in the sense of caring about you. I kind of went mellow, but then I went all hard. And then I'm all, Chris, I can't do this anymore. Man, I don't even know how to describe how blunt I was. I mean, that wasn't normal. It was like my little sister Kalana blunt. Wow. But, it's not that I disliked Chris. It was that we weren't meant for each other. And when I when I got to like I didn't even know this guy, guys. He was I've known him for 3 years and I didn't feel nothing. And my family's all well, like they're unsure about it, but they were like expecting me. And then Chris was like, "Oh, I'll never hurt you." Chris, I can't do this anymore. If I can understand if you never want to talk to me again, if you never want to speak to me again. And, he's all, Dolly, I don't want to hear this. Dolly, I never want to talk to you again. It's like I predicted that guy. How many people do that? It's just, I don't know. But this is what I mean about relationships that I pick out. Women, ladies out there, guys, something wise my family has told me, my new family, not to say that I don't love my old family, I love them too. I love them all equally. I just feel more comfortable around this one. Just hear me out, ladies. Don't pick out your guys. Let God do it.
Please don't.
Because I didn't pick out Chris. My family did. Specifically my sister and my mom. And I mean, they thought he was a nice guy. I mean, I wouldn't blame them. I thought he was a nice guy. I mean, I dated this guy for 3 years thinking I would fall in love with him, that he was nice. And not to say that he's a bad guy. I just...
He's not a bad guy, but you don't want to date him.
Exactly. And he had different goals than I had. Like, I wanted a life that's always of Christ. I want to find a guy that has everything in common with me, or at least some things in common with me. Chris had nothing in common with me. Nothing. Like, I think the only thing we had in common was possibly the color blue. He liked red, black, blue, and white. I think that was the only thing we had in common. We didn't agree on anything. And I'm like, Jesus, I even prayed. I'm like, Jesus, give me strength. I'm like, please, Lord, give me strength to do this. Jesus gave me that strength, and I did it. I'm also going to do that when we go on to the plane to Chicago. Very excited. Chris, man, if you are watching this, please forgive me. I don't know. Hope you have a good life. I mean, what more do you want me to say, Chris? I mean, you and I never had anything in common, and I lied to you, just saying that I was in love with you because I didn't want to hurt you. But it's like, Chris, as much as I care about you, it's not in an in love way. It's in a friendships, a crazy, weird, strange friendship sort of way. That kind of escalated too far. I mean, we literally rushed to marriage before even dating, Chris. That I know you're probably still watching this. You want to know why? I spent 3 years with you. I kind of predict you. And not to be mean, I can just tell. And if you are or you aren't, or maybe for all I know, you could be on a dating website right now searching for the one you love because, like you said the first time, all I could think about was you. Yeah, right. Sorry, Chris. Your charms are not going to fool me this time.
Amen.
Amen. And any man out there just pointing that out there, you should know better than to be mean to women, because women, we are beautiful, strong people, and we can't let a man run our life. If anything, the only man, God, who should run our life is God.
Wouldn't survive without us.
Exactly. God is what created us. And it says in the Bible that the man's supposed to pick the woman, not the woman pick the man. And so many women these days, pick men. And they turn out to be selfish jerks. And sometimes we're lucky to get a good one. Like, for example, Chris is a nice guy. But he is not my type. And I couldn't hurt him. That was what I was basing our whole marriage, our children, our wedding, our big house, his truck driving job, our whole life that he pictured. Never wanted to speak to me again. Yeah. All based off of what? Me deciding I didn't want to hurt a guy. Never again. Okay, I will put the other person's feelings into consideration. But I'm also going to put my own into consideration. If I feel a guy is not the one, then I'm going to say he's not the one. And I'm not going to be I guess I'll be a little nice about it, but I just got to be blunt with these things, because the problem with me is I'm too nice. Especially when it comes to hurting people. A few times in my past, my friends has asked me to help them break up with people. I can name off a few times, but I won't. And I'm like, oh, I really hate this. And so I go and tell the person, yeah, this person's saying they want to break up with you. Okay, I can handle that. Okay? Hard, but I can. Now then, you bring up my relationship. Here's the problem with that. Justin Hannah, we dated. He said it was the longest relationship he ever had with someone. Hey, I'm committed. Anyways, the reason why we broke up was because he had to graduate. Anyways, he was a total nerd, but hey, he was a cool nerd. He was weird, he was a gamer, he was nerdy, but hey, still better than a liar. No offense, but I'm still, Chris said he was in love with me. I'm actually slightly hurted by that, It's like, you said, for 3 years straight, years, that he was in love with me. And then he tells me 2 times, because I've broken up with him 2 times, the exact same thing. I never want to speak to you again. And my stupid butt, I got back with him. Just ended up breaking up with him again just to say the same thing. Well, you know what they say. You learn from your mistakes. The first time I got...
did you learn a lesson.
Yeah, I did. So the first time I got back with him, second time, I'm never, ever getting back with him. Not because I dislike him, because I have nothing in common with him and God didn't put him in my life. Maybe he did at the time to teach me a lesson on not to rush into relationships, but it apparently took me 3 years to realize that. I thought God put him into my life to teach me about love. Now, God did teach me about love. That part was correct. But he also taught me who not to trust, who not to date, and who not to listen to. If your friends, if your family, co-workers, whoever it may be, if it's not you who picked out the man, don't date the person, even if it's your dog who picked out the man. I'm just throwing that out there, Just because someone else says, oh, that boy's cute. Oh, he said you're really cute. Or maybe you go and you see this really cute guy and you're like, oh my gosh, he's handsome. Don't do it. I'm telling you right now. If you think a guy is cute, get to know him. You see, when I dated Chris, right? I told him I didn't believe in love at first sight. But the first time I saw him, you know what I saw? An old man. Straight up.
Sorry, I get old.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. And he thought the same thing about me. He's all, I'm sure he thought, that's a really young girl. But of course, Chris's idea of romance. I was in love with you. You were in love with me the very first day you met me. And I'm like, excuse me? No. No.
Not the way I see it.
I told him my thoughts multiple times on that, and he always changed it back to that. Now, the first couple times he said it, I said yes. But then, after the third time, I'm like, no. And I told him the truth. See, I'm not a very good liar. But I can tell you this, when it comes to hurting people, I don't want to hurt people. So, you know, it says in the Bible you shouldn't lie to people. I unfortunately did, and I hope the Lord forgives me, because let me tell you, lying is never the answer. You know, if my mom didn't say to him he could propose to me, like, Mom, hello, you're supposed to be the mom who says, here's my shotgun, get out of here. Instead, she's all, yeah, let her make her decisions. She couldn't just say to Chris, sorry, no, she's not ready for that. I'm like, Chris is not insurance. He's more like, because that's basically what she was thinking. I'm positive that's what she was thinking. You know what parents are. They're like, you want your children to be protected. I guess mom's way of protection was allowing me to date this guy. And I mean, for the longest time, I kept telling myself, I'll fall in love with him. I'll fall in love with him. Fall in love with who? An old man who had nothing in common with me, who was not in love with me, but lied and said he did. Or maybe, for some odd reason, he was in love with me, but when I broke up with him, now he's no longer in love with me. I don't even see how that works. Do any of you see how that works? I mean, if a guy tells you that he loves you, right? He says that. Now he's telling you, I never want to speak to you again. That shows he doesn't love you, right? So, does that mean the whole time, those 3 years where he wanted to, where he didn't even date you, and he decides, finally, let me propose to you, you say yes because you don't want to hurt him, and he tells you, I love you, I love you, I love you. You're beautiful. He even bought me flowers. Ugly ones, but flowers. The thought that counts, you know? I wouldn't have even cared about the flowers if he wasn't the guy that I thought he was. But, it's like, Chris is a good guy. He's not my guy. Think about it. I mean, if a guy tells you, I love you, for like a year and a half, you've been engaged to this guy for like a year and a half, would you still want to be with this guy if he said to you, I never want to speak to you again after breaking up with him? Yeah, he sounds like a real man, alright. He sounds like Barbie. I'm sorry, I just have to throw that out there, like Barbie. I was like Ken, and he was like Barbie. Sorry, Barbie, I can't date you anymore. I'm sorry, you're just too furry and girly for me. And then Barbie is like, or Chris, she's like, I never want to talk to you again. I mean, seriously, think about that. That's something a girl would say if she was like, didn't really like the guy.
Can't handle your problems, can't handle me.
Exactly. And I mean, I guess in the first place, probably another reason why I said yes was probably because of like his mom dying, his brother dying. I mean, he's had a sad past, so I feel for him, you know? I knew what it felt like to have that pain. I still know what that feels like, but like, I'm in a beautiful, wonderful place now, so I feel like I'm in heaven, thanks to the Lord. But like, when I was living at that other place, like, I knew how he felt. Loss, anger, sorrow, pain. You feel that, right? And then it's like, That's probably why I ever decided to say yes, was because he had a lot of pain. Not just because I didn't want to hurt him, you know? You know, I remember a friend saying to me on Facebook that pain drives love.
Oh, yeah.
But let me tell you, pain, it depends. Pain does not drive love. Love comes from God. God drives love. Pain, no. I'll tell you right now,
Whoever said that must be in some awful relationship.
possibly, but he's truly Christian, but I understand where he was coming from because I was asking him on my relationship, and I guess he must have been confused too. I wouldn't blame him though. I mean, I was confused. See, guys, this is why you should never date a guy who doesn't love you, who lies and says he loves you. Anyways, I bet you right now he's probably crying to sleep. Not gonna lie. He's probably all depressed, but he's gonna get over it. Why? Because as womanly as he acts, women are tough. He's gonna be a man, and eventually, hopefully, no, not even hopefully, he's going to have God in his life. Because I'm gonna pray over him. As childish as he's been, he needs God in his life. Everyone deserves that, you know? It's like I'm gonna pray over my family too, you know, because you remember how I would talk about all the sucky things that would happen to me. Well, here it's like I feel so at peace here. I mean, a lot of people have said I changed, like I don't look like I'm stressed out. That's thanks to Jesus. Want to know why I'm not stressed out? My mom would yell at me on a regular basis. My mom, I think of Rosa as like a second mom, but like she's Pastor Rosa. She doesn't yell at me at all, at all. And I mean, you know, it's normal to yell, but the way my mom yelled, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, and I mean, I've noticed some changes about me here. Like, I used to take 2-hour showers. I guess it was a way to get away from my family. I used to not want to get out of bed. I was always tired. Probably because I was always stressed out. I mean, I'm pretty sure anger and stress can wear out a person. Am I right, Kendall?
Yes.
Yeah, and I feel open. I feel happy. And it's all thanks to God. I mean, I think about who I used to be. Then I thought about how I was improving. Then I think about the me now. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus. And you know what? I was not allowed to talk about Jesus around my family, my other family, because my mom, you can't talk about Jesus around mom because then it will make her not want to go to church.
What?
That is stupid. I'm not gonna lie, I love my mom to pieces. I do, but that's just stupid. And then I remember a couple of times my aunt telling me that, like, right before I eat, like, that, you know, that Jesus is like, for example, I'll just sit down, I'll start praying, but, like, everyone else is already eating. She's all, it's rude to pray, like, well, everyone else is eating. And I'm like, I'm not praying to Aunt Susie. I'm not praying to that person over there or my sister. I'm praying to God. If you're thanking God for the food that He gave you that keeps you alive, I honestly don't see how that's rude. I don't. And I kept letting them talk to me like that. I mean, I didn't say anything, but you know what? God wouldn't want you to. Honestly. And I'm sure they'll eventually realize that all the things they were saying was against God. And maybe God will bless them and show them that God is the only way. Or maybe they won't. Maybe they won't. Well, because I know my aunt and my uncle go to church, and they pray to God, they worship God, but like, sometimes they say things, my family says things that God wouldn't want them to say. That God wouldn't want anybody to say. I mean, who says after people are eating, it's rude to pray because you got there kind of later than everyone else? That's not rude. And here, at this place, I can pray as much as I want. I can sing. I can praise the Lord. I can praise Him as much as I want. You know what? This family lets me do that. Guess what? Pastor Rosa and Pastor Charles are both pastors. Kendall is a sweetheart. Guess what? You're so sweet. She worships Jesus too. They all do. We all like the exact same things. I mean, we're happy here. And there's so many things my mom would get mad at me about that was stupid. Like, for example, I mean, I'm so sorry. It's like, I'm so happy to be here. It's like comparing them. The other place was hell and this is heaven. Because this family is just of God. And I mean, even they say there is such thing as overdoing it, because I guess there is a little bit. If you say hallelujah every single time someone talks to you, that is overdoing it. But I mean, this family doesn't overdo it, and we do praise Jesus. We praise Jesus,
When we say overdo it, that is like when someone says, like, when someone reaches out to shake your hand, hey, how you doing? And like you're babbling speaking in tongues, quotation marks.
Yeah, that is overdoing it. Nice analogy. I'm going to continue with another video because this video is getting kind of long. I love you all and hope you have a great day.
God bless.
Aw. God bless you guys and hope you have a great day. And Kendall said God bless you guys. Hope you heard. Love you all and hope you have a great day.